All right. Well, good morning. It is Monday, October the 28th. It is, we are a week and a day away from the 2024 general election. And good morning. This is the All About Nothing podcast daily show, kind of daily show. Uh, Hope that you all that watched from Saturday enjoyed the fact that my co host with the All About Nothing podcast, Zach King, got to join me. We had a good time discussing, and if you stayed all the way till the end, Zach's daughter Eden made an appearance that was for the ages, for the ages. So I want to get into a couple things before you all start your Mondays, and hopefully when you watch this. So first of all, want to remind everybody, please subscribe to the show if you can. We want to boost our ratings and our numbers. And if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. You can do that by just clicking the little subscribe button here on the bottom of the screen. I guess it's over here, maybe. Because what I'm looking at is completely reversed. Uh, I think they mirror image our recording so that it makes it easier for to know that, like, if I point over here, then I know I'm pointing over there, and it looks like for you all, I'm pointing at the right thing. Um, yeah, please subscribe to the show. Also, if you could, consider becoming a supporter of the show. You can become an official Nothinger by heading over to our webpage, theallaboutnothing.com. And there's a support link, banner, I guess, that you can click on that will take you to a page where you can sign up to join our Nothinger group monthly. Uh, essentially what you get is access to shows early, sometimes 2 or 3 days ahead of time, usually two. But it also gives you access to exclusive content that we have recorded and published that is no longer actually available to the public. So consider doing that. Special tiers available: $3, $5, $10, 20, that sort of thing. So, if you have it in you, please give. As well, if you follow a show and you haven't yet, if you could please, if you can't become a Nothinger, and you could, whatever podcast platform you listen to us on, if you could go over and give us 5 stars, or give this video a thumbs up, give all our videos a thumbs up. That would be awesome. We'd appreciate it. All right. To get us started on this Monday, October the 28th, as we have for the past several days, I want to jump into the voting, uh, early voting, because uh, today, we have a good number of states that are now available to vote. In fact, it's actually 48 out of the 54 states and territories now have early voting access, or the early voting has begun or has been going on. So 48 out of 54 states, and we're just gonna go over these states real quick and welcome in a few new ones. So that'll help us for our day, because ultimately, I still think that early voting is probably the best option for many, many people, and I say that only because most people will vote on election day. That is how it always happens. Election day has the highest turnout compared to the early voting. But that means on election day, lines are going to be longer. Uh, I essentially just want to make sure that everyone knows that early voting is available, because that way you're more likely to complete the balloting process. Uh, if lines are long, and having been a precinct manager or clerk for elections, for many, many elections, when the lines are long, the likelihood of someone dropping out of line just to say, I'll come back later, I'll come back at the end of the day, I'll come back, before they close, that is more likely on election day because of the length of the lines. And uh, sometimes people don't return. They don't think about it. They forget, or, what's the point? Um, in this election, I think it's just drastically important that everyone vote, and having early voting as an option especially here in South Carolina, having early voting available just lessens the possibility that someone's going to drop out of line and not return. So here are the states that are open for early voting here. I guess I'm going to start at the top. Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, District of Columbia, Florida, Georgia, Guam, Hawaii, Idaho, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi. We have Missouri. Whether there's an excuse or no excuse, I, I don't understand why the excuse one is still up. I think you don't need an excuse to vote early in Missouri. Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, New Mexico, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Virgin Islands, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. So those are the states and territories that currently have early voting going on. I know this is probably going to be a shorter episode this morning, only because it is Monday morning and I have to get my week started for regular work. But real quick, just wanted to dive into, and this is hyper to South Carolina, but wanted to jump into the early voting here in South Carolina because as of Sunday morning's report from the election office here in South Carolina, we are now at the point where we have, and this is amazing, we have almost reached 750,000 people early voting in South Carolina. And in the 2020 election, I think we only had like 2.5 million people vote. So with another week left, I am certain we will crest past the million voter mark. I'm absolutely certain we're going to get past 1 million voters. It may take a few days to get there, and of course, there's always the possibility that voting will slow down. But who knows? Last week it could pick up. We saw huge numbers across the state: 126,000, 127,000 on Tuesday, 128 on Wednesday, 127 on Thursday, 134 on Friday, and then 90 on a Saturday. 90,000 people voted in South Carolina on a Saturday. I mean, that's got to tell you something. But here's the total right now. Here's the total number of early voters. This doesn't count mail-in, or well, we don't have mail-in in South Carolina, but it doesn't count absentee ballots. 735,415 people have voted in South Carolina. In my county, Lexington, South Carolina, it has been a pretty good turnout as well. Right here, 34,500 people have voted early in South Carolina. I mean, these are epic numbers for Matt Villardobo's campaign down in or up in York County. Matt Villardobo, of course, is a Democratic candidate running for SC House 26. 43,000 and a half. 43,000 and a half in 5 days. I mean, for some places that's half of the electorate. These numbers are unbelievably great, and you can't really do a whole lot of speculation on what it means. I mean, you can make some assumptions, you can probably strengthen your arguments on early voting for Democrats, versus Republicans, that sort of thing. So that you can have hope that these numbers are good for Democrats, even in South Carolina, and the hope is that is the case. So we will have to see how this all goes, and hopefully it's going to be good for us. But that's going to be my update for this morning. So thank you very much for watching the Kind of Daily Show from the All About Nothing podcast. I am Barrett Gruber. Again, please subscribe, maybe become a nothinger. You can join our webpage, or you can join over on our webpage, theallaboutnothing.com. Also, check out ZJZ Designs. It is going to be Halloween this week. There are Halloween t-shirts available. Not sure they'll get there before Halloween, but order them for next year. Or if you're just one of those people that really likes wearing Halloween stuff all year long, totally get it. Totally get it. Not going to shame you for that. But there are Thanksgiving design prints that are also available. And like I said, as soon as I get mine, you'll see it. I'll wear it here. So check it out, zjzdesigns.com. Also, Everplay Sports and Social is signing up for their winter leagues right now. I'll have more information on that here soon, but lots of winter leagues available that you can sign up for. Check out everplaysocial.com for information on that. So, all right, that's going to do it. Thank you very much for watching, listening, and we'll talk to you next time right here.